All right guys, today I'm gonna be working on putting these new SPC sealed ball joints in my UCAs. I have worn out the old ones that were grease fitted and called SPC before just switching to a different brand. I was about to go with the JBAs, but I have a trip coming up in a couple days. I didn't want to take a chance on losing a ball joint off-road. SPC assured me that these are gonna be more reliable because they're sealed and they're filled with grease already. Apparently they made some changes to make them more durable. I think they said they're using a synthetic grease in there now, whereas before they were using just your standard black grease. And apparently I was using the wrong grease in my old ones, which is why they wore out, according to SPC. So apparently they were having issues with people using the wrong grease, greasing them too much or not enough. And we're gonna go ahead and pop these in. I'll just give a quick tutorial on how to do that quickly and easily. And then I'll report back after I've used them for a while and see how they hold up. Okay, I got this all cleaned up and not clean, but clean enough. Pulled the cotter pin from this lower piece here. I'm gonna back that nut off and then I'm gonna pull the top off, and I believe that's a 32mm socket with a lot of torque on it. I have a jack under the frame to hold the truck up so that this can be independent. I also put another jack under the lower control arm just for a little extra support in case I need to modify things with a little bit of power. I also traced where this washer sits up there and where the plate on the bottom sits on the bottom of the UCA, and that'll let me put things back close enough that I'm not gonna ruin my tires on the way to getting in alignment. Okay, got the ball joint out. I took the boot off so I could check that play, and check this out. It's very loose. So really glad I'm replacing these as opposed to waiting any longer. Even though I had a failed joint, I'm really optimistic that this new one's gonna hold up better. So fortunately my stuff was so dirty, I didn't even really need to mark it. I'm just gonna line that star-shaped pattern cutout in the plate so that this flat rectangular plate lines up with where the last one was, and that should keep my caster the same. And then I just need to worry about the camber. Just putting a little bit of waterproof grease there on the tapered part of the spindle so it doesn't bind up and make it impossible to remove if I have to ever replace it. Yeah, I got this finger tight washer lines up in there where it was before, as well as the trace outline here. And I made extra sure that this plate seated inside, there's basically a little cutout in the forging on this upper control arm. And kind of just, as I tightened it, I just kept moving this around to make sure that it wasn't binding out of place and it sat right into the right spot. I can imagine that would be an easy one to miss and then have your alignment move on you unexpectedly. Okay, both the top and the lower nuts are finger tight. And now I'm going to tighten this top one down to 150 foot-pounds and then the lower one down to 45 foot-pounds, and put the cotter pin in there to keep it from backing out as close to this thread as I can. I guess as close to the nut as I can. There's a couple of different holes. And literally it took me longer to clean the dirt than it did to replace the part. So that was a really easy fix, a lot easier than replacing the whole arm. So I really hope this works, and I hope that helped you guys. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Hopefully it's not too soon, because that means I've got more repairs to do. Anyway guys, if that was helpful, I'd appreciate it if you like, subscribe, and share, and please comment, even if you just want to make fun of my Amish beard. Let's talk. Thanks guys, take care.